Yeah, I'm not talking about people that migrated on their own accord, okay? And I don't want people to think, oh, he's singling out the Jewish community because you have African American men, a community of African American men that migrated from America to Israel. So I'm not singling out the Jewish community. It hasn't happened yet to where a supernatural power has taken groups of people from throughout the world and planted them in Israel. What does that mean? You know, I had a dream one time that it was me and it was a bunch of men with me, and it was a bunch of men that were me and it was a bunch of people, and we was in front. All of us was like in front of this building, and a train. The building was at the bottom of the hill. It was like a skyscraper, and up the hill was a train. And as the train was going by, it derailed, and as it derailed, it was falling down to where me and the men were, and the other group of people were. So everyone screamed, "Go into the building to live! Go into the building to live!" So I said, "Shit, we better as well go." So we're running to the building. There's men behind me. We're running into the building. But when I got to the door, I put my hand towards the door and I stopped. And I said, "No, we have to go through the train." How, you know? So the men that were with me said, "Okay, fine, we'll do it." So we turned around. The men were behind me, and I said, "Brace yourself, brace yourself." And as the train was going down, there was, like in the trains, how there's gaps. So one of the gaps was directly in front of us. So I said to the men, "When a gap comes, jump. Just jump when the gap comes." So when the gap came, we jumped. And when we jumped, the supernatural force grabbed us. And I can tell you, it grabbed me from my private area up to above my belly area. It grabbed my buttocks and it grabbed my lower back and it jolted me up into the air. And it jolted the men I was with into the air too, to where I was looking down at the men, and the men that were in the air dangling, they were kicking and screaming their feet, and they were crying and screaming. I mean, these were grown men with beards, and they were big guys, and I was like, God damn. Now, why am I missing this dream? Because it was a supernatural force that saved me and those men from the train in the burning building, because the building went down. All the people that went into the building for safety were destroyed. But me and the men prevailed. So the Most High has not yet, now I want to say this again, I'm not targeting anyone, because whoever moved to Israel, okay, did not do it by the supernatural power of the Most High. And once again, you have African American communities that when they found out that they were the descendants of David, they moved back to Israel on their own accord. They didn't do it by the power of the Most High. So I'm not targeting anybody, just hear me out. The Most High has not yet brought about the second salvation by a supernatural means. You see, the problem is that men praise themselves, which is fine, because you need to praise yourself to feel strong so you can keep on pushing and keep on fighting. That's fine, that's okay. But the Most High is going to do a new thing to where men can't give themselves the glory. Okay? To where men cannot give themselves the glory. Now, what is this new salvation going to look like? How is this going to occur? In the book of Malachi, see if I can grab it. The archangel Michael says, "Come, my people, enter into your chambers. Do not be partakers of the indignation that's going to come upon the earth. The earth is going to be destroyed by fire." So how can they escape that fire? If not, and the only way they can escape that fire is if they're brought up into heaven. The same way me and those men were brought up into heaven. As we watched from heaven, we watched the building be destroyed, burned, and the people within it burned. So do the work. World leaders are building nuclear fallout shelters. It's only a matter of time before there's a nuclear holocaust. And who will be safe? Only those that have took the proper precautions. There are nuclear fallout shelters that are thousands of feet into the ground, underground cities with things to sustain you for years. What about the elect? In the book of Isaiah, the Most High says, the nations are going to, prepare themselves. They're going to take care of themselves. And the reason to why they're going to do that is because they have the means to do that. They have the government. They have the influence. They have the power to take care of themselves. But he says, you, Israel, Jacob, you are my friend whom I've chosen. I will personally take care of you. Now, who are these people that he's going to take care of? In the end times, there's a group of people that don't have government, that don't have power, that don't have influence, that are considered to be lowly, and the Most High is going to take these people and make them rulers over the earth. Who are these people? He says, but you are my, you Israel, who I've chosen for my friend Abraham, I myself will take care of you. You can't afford to build a nuclear shelter. You can't afford to raise up an army. You can't afford to do these things. You're a slave. You have nothing. You can't afford to do anything, but don't worry. I'm going to take care of you because I chose you out of Abraham. Who are these people? Christ is going to return to the 12 tribes and they're going to be mourning. They're going to be in need. They're not going to have anything. Who are these people? The Most High says, fear not, I am with thee. I will hold thy right hand. I am with thee, fear not. Why is the Most High saying this to these people? Fear not. Because they don't have anything. They don't have an army. They don't have an intelligence service. They have nothing. So the Most High says, fear not, I will help you myself. When the nuclear holocaust occurs, right? World leaders and rulers are going to go into their bomb shelters, but the elect, the chosen of the Most High, are going to be saved by another way. How's that? They're going to be caught up into the air and escape the destruction. Pay attention to the clouds you see. Not every cloud you see is a cloud. You're going to see people being called up into the air and vanish into clouds. Then the destruction will come. Them same people are going to come back down into the earth with new bodies and change everything. The Most High has not yet brought the second salvation. He's not done it yet. The people that are in Israel today, whether you're black, white, Spanish, or whatever you are, you went there on your own accord. You went there by your own power. The Most High did not grab you. He did not root you out of the earth and root you in that land. He didn't do it by supernatural means. If I get up and go walk to the park and exercise, that's not supernatural. That's natural. Even if I can guess what someone's thinking, that's natural because it's intuition. Intuition is natural. The squirrel knew my motherfucking thoughts, man. That's not supernatural. The Most High has not yet taken people from the earth by supernatural means and planted them in that land. He's not done it yet. He has not yet done that. He has not yet done that, guys. So whether you're black or whether you're a Caucasian and you're living in the land of Israel, you didn't go there by the will of the Most High because you went there naturally by your own power. And if there's someone that feels like I'm insulting them or attacking them, then let God destroy me. Don't pay people to harass and attack me. That's another thing. People will say, oh, we believe in God. And someone says something against God that they disagree with, and instead of letting God attack them, they hire people out to attack them. Come on, you don't believe in God. You believe in your own power. I've been under some serious things. Not once have I retaliated or thought of retaliating. I left it in the hands of God. I believe in God. Yeah, I suffer in faith. Yeah, I lack a lot of things. Yeah, I'm scared sometimes. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, I believe in God. So when people harass me, attack me, I've done nothing to retaliate. But some of you people say you believe in God, but when someone offends you, you hire out people to destroy them. Do you believe in God or do you believe in your own power? The Most High has not yet supernaturally taken people from the earth and planted them in the land of Israel. The people that are in Israel today, whether you're black, white, or Caucasian, you went there by your own power. If I get up right now and walk to the park, I did that by my own power. Now, if I get teleported from here to the park, then I didn't do that by my own power. The Most High did that by his own power. We have our own power, and the Most High has his power. In the earth today, we've only proven our own power. We haven't proven his. He hasn't proven his power. How can the Most High prove his power? If someone poisons you and you don't die, he proves his power. If someone shoots you with a gun and you don't die, he's proven his power to a degree. to a degree. But once again, we're entering into a state in the world to where if you concentrate and you tap into who you are as a spirit, you'll have these abilities. So even with that, it's iffy. Because there's someone can have the abilities to do supernatural things, but it's not by the power of the Holy Spirit. Because we as human beings are spirits and we have the power to tap into that other reality to transform things in this reality. So just because someone has done supernatural things doesn't mean it's the Holy Spirit. But the second salvation has not yet occurred, man. And what makes the second salvation so unique is that with the salvation, it's not only going to be a salvation of the flesh, but it's going to be a renewal of the mind, because when the elect is called up into the air to be saved from the destruction, as they're being called up, they will be changed. They're going to be given a righteous heart to keep the new laws and commandments, because a lot of people love to come at Christ, but Christ is actually the God of the Old Testament Bible. Because when you analyze it, it always says the angel of the Lord spoke with Moses on Mount Sinai. Who's that angel of the Lord? That's Christ. That angel, the angel of the Lord that spoke with Moses on Mount Sinai, that called Moses from the bush. That angel is the consciousness of Christ. When Christ was born into the earth, when he came into the earth, his spirit is that angel. So the law of Moses was given to Moses by Christ, because Christ is the God of the Old Testament. We're elevating now, guys. It's easy for the powers to play God. So a lot of people bashing Christ and coming at Christ, and the scribes and Pharisees said the law of Moses, and Christ wanted to tell them so bad that I'm the spirit that gave you the law of Moses. But they couldn't comprehend that, so he couldn't say it to them. He couldn't tell them that. He couldn't tell them that I'm the God. See, he couldn't tell them that. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, so that means that Satan is the God over the earth at this particular point in time. Back when Moses was with the Israelites, Christ was the God of the earth at that particular point in time. The Most High is too supreme to be a deity, a God in the earth. He's too much. He's too powerful. Even when Isaiah saw Christ and God sitting on Stephen saw Christ and God sitting on thrones, the Father he saw sitting on a throne was just a representation, but really it's only going to be Christ on that throne. Why did we see the Father sitting on the throne? To humble Christ, to let Christ know that, listen, I'm the one who gave you this power. Now I'm going to leave, and you're going to sit on the throne alone with your 12 disciples. For the Father is all things. But once again, it has not yet occurred. The earth shall shake to and fro like a drunkard in the day of the Lord's wrath. That has not yet happened, guys. The destruction is going to be so great that new lands are going to pop up. You know what that means? The earth is going to move out of its orbit and shake from the destruction and wrath of the highest. That hasn't happened yet. The people that are in Israel today, whether you're black, white, Spanish, or whatever you are, you went there by your own willpower. If I get up and go to the park to exercise, I did that by my own power. So I'm not targeting anybody, but I'm just stating the facts, guys. I'm just stating the facts. And another thing, people, I don't know who it is, but you need to start respecting the African appearance. Because life began in Africa, and the gods that brought life into Africa, they will look African. And that goes for all of us, me included. We're so quick to bash the African appearance. Oh, it can't be blacks. It can't. The gods that created life started life in Africa. So that means that the gods will look like Africans, because the gods made man in their image. Let us make man in our image. So that means that the gods that created man look like Africans. So let's stop bashing them. Now, as time goes on And the people that were in Africa separated, and some went to certain parts in Europe, some went to parts in there. If you go to a region in the world where the sun barely shines, of course, naturally, genetically, you're going to lose your melanin because you don't need it no more. But let's understand something, that the original man will look like your modern African American man, African man. Because even in America, we're losing some of our pigmentation because we're not under that sun like that no more. We're not under the sun like that. I remember one summer, my sister, she was playing tennis, and she was always in the tennis court. And I remember one day she was yelling out the window. I was like, God damn, she look black. Because she was in that sunlight. Now I look at her, she's not as dark no more. She's not in that sunlight playing tennis no more. Even the Jewish men today, they're getting blacker and blacker by the day. There's some Jewish men right now that if they come up to you and say, if they was to dress like New Yorkers, if they were to dress like hood dudes and go hang out with you and be like, yo, my pasta's black, my mom's Spanish though, you won't doubt them. Why? Because they're in Israel and they're getting darker and darker by the generation. Eventually, the Jewish people in Israel are going to be dark-skinned because of that sun over there. This is just science. I met one Jewish man. I didn't even know he was Jewish because he was so dark. I'm like, wait. Oh shit, you Jewish? I seen the thing on his head. Oh shit, damn! I thought you was a brother. Why? Because they getting darker. They getting darker and darker and darker while they living in Israel. So all the people saying that the gods ain't black, you need to stop with that disrespect. Because even the Jewish people today are turning into black people. Because of the sun over there. You need to go really look at the people in Israel today and how they're transforming into black men. But once again, I'm not targeting anyone. Because there's been black men that left America and moved to Israel. The black men that left America and moved to Israel when they found out they were the house of David, you did that on your own will. You didn't do that by the power of the Most High. You can't glorify the Most High when you did that on your own accord. The children of Israel walked through the sea on dry land. That's not their willpower. That's not their power. They didn't do that by their own power. The Most High separated them from the Egyptians with a wall of fire. They didn't do that by their own power. Samson killed 1,000 men. He didn't do that by his own power. David conquered the surrounding regions of Israel, and he acknowledged, I didn't do this by my own power. He said, for by thee is the Most High, for by thee I have run through a troop. That means he advanced to an army. Now, people can say, well, Al, that happens every day in the military. You have to understand why he says, by thee I have run through a troop. What happened that David said, by thee I've done these things? What did David do supernaturally in a battlefield that shouldn't have been done? Maybe a spear was thrown at him and the spear bounced off his skin. Maybe he was fighting someone in front of him and he was being stabbed in the back by another man and the sword couldn't pierce his flesh and the soldier seen it. Maybe he was outnumbered and suddenly lightning struck horses, lightning struck towers. David didn't break down the things that the Most High has done supernaturally in the battlefield. David could have been at war with the enemy and they were outnumbering him, and the Most High had lightning strike the chariots. And when the lightning struck the chariots, it demobilized that whole area, allowing David to conquer them. Why do you think David said, by thee I've run through a troop? Why do you think Samson said, you have given your servant this great victory? Should I now die of thirst? Then what happened? Something supernatural happened. Water started to sprout out the ground like a water fountain. And he drank water and lived. That's supernatural. So Samson can't get the glory. And I'm pretty sure that there was more than 1,000 men, but they probably seen the supernatural power and said, oh no, we can't stop this man. It's something supernatural, so let's flee. Okay? So I just want to let you guys know that the second salvation has not yet happened. Whether you're a black man, whether you're a Caucasian man, you live in the land of Israel, you went there by your own power, not the power of the highest.
Can I get my hat? Sorry.
It's all right. You know, maybe that's yeah. I did enough. But shalom.